Okay.
Okay. We did it. We're finally here.
We're
We're
here.
here. Also, our dog is here. Lift my foot over him.
Do you remember the intro? I'm Britt.
I'm Chris.
And we're that nerdy couple.
Always nerdy. Sometimes coupley. Just try from top. Just mouth bigger and wider.
I'm Britt.
I'm Chris.
And we're that nerdy couple. We're here with some random conversations, sometimes funny, sometimes coupley.
Always nerdy.
Yep. I hate the way you said it.
We got there at the same exact time.
I was waiting for you. I was letting you say that part.
Same exact time.
We're
doing great. This is good.
Yep.
Man, new podcast, fresh, first episode. Was it the arm motion that got you?
No.
Just the memories.
Yes, the memories. Thanks for the memories by Fall Out Boy.
Oh, Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
Anyway, how do we want to start this off? I know you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I had a vague thing. I mean, do we want to talk about who we are, what we do, how we exist on the internet?
Yeah, I guess, since this is like new beginnings and, starting this off totally for the first time ever, like there was nothing ever before this, any recordings and episodes and possible potential first season or anything, we should probably start there.
I'll go.
You're Britt, I'm Chris, and we're that nerdy yeah, I guess you go first.
Okay. I am Britt. I sometimes go by Story or Story of My Life. I've been doing YouTube since 2009 under a different group channel name, but now I do gaming content on Story Plays YouTube channel and TikTok, and I'm on all the socials. I stream on Twitch at Story of My Life. By day, I am a freelance copywriter. So right now I'm working with an insurance company, write about insurance. It's kind of boring, but it pays the bills.
Yeah.
Sort of.
And health insurance.
They don't, I pay for health insurance.
Well, that's what I mean. You're paying for bills and health insurance. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a bill, technically.
You know what? You're not wrong.
It shouldn't be, but it is.
Definitely shouldn't be. Is that your bit, your intro?
We're from New Jersey. That's all I got. Because I can't say I'm just from New Jersey because we're both.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're here. Kind of weird if. Well,
I just said me and excluded you.
It's okay. I'm forgetful.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Like forgettable, and forgetful. I'm both.
No,
hey,
you're
I'm
only
Chris.
number 2.
I guess it's my turn. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm 32. I like to leave that long gap so then people can be like, "Is he what age is he? Which 30 is he?"
Well, you've explained it now, so
yeah, I know.
It.
Now it's like it's dead. It's too late. But anyway, I am I'm trying to think where I want to start off. Oh yeah, 32 from New Jersey. I am usually over on Twitch at ChrisXChad. Socials usually ChrisXChad. For some reason on YouTube, ChrisXChad732. Don't know why. Actually, no, I do know why, because long ago I tried to start up a YouTube channel on a non-existing email that I have, and I can't get onto the account.
Well, no, you can't email your Google.
It was a Yahoo account, and I got
No, YouTube.
Oh, I've reached out to them
YouTube?
3 times, and nothing has come of it each time.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And the first time I said, "Oh, this isn't a real account," and then the 2 times I'm like, "Actually, this is an older account. Please help." And they haven't done anything. So, because I would love everything to be uniform. But anyway, I'm mostly over on Twitch. I've been streaming on Twitch since 20. What was it? It was either 2011 or 2014, somewhere in there. Did it as a hobby for a while, and then probably over the past, I'm going to say 4 to 6 years, I've been kind of taking it more seriously, especially over on YouTube, definitely more seriously. And yeah, I do streaming, action adventure games, FPS stuff, And on YouTube, I do a lot of like demo reviews and trying out new games and stuff. Um, so yeah, and I do have a 9 to 5 because unfortunately, content creation doesn't pay the bills. My 9 to 5 does, and Story is my fiance, aka my wife. Yes, I love her. Yeah. Oh, okay. And that's it. Was that a good? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Trying to think like what are those like ridiculous questions people like answer. What part of his tail am I?
I don't know. Oh, we also have 2 fur babies. We should explain the whole family.
We technically have 3.
Okay, we have 3. We have Indigo, which if you're on video, you can't really see right now.
He's under the table. Though. Just know that
he's
there.
He's under the table. His face is on my foot right now.
Insert photo self. Do that later.
Are you talking to editor Britt?
Editor
yeah. Britt, hey, I just want you to know you're beautiful and I love you and you're doing a great job right now. Keep it up, girl. Slay.
Thank you. My future self thanks you.
Anyway, so yeah, we have 3 fur babies. Indigo is our latest. He's stirring now that I mentioned his name. He is a 2-year-old husky mix, and the husky shows. Yeah. We also have Ash, or as I like to call him, Ashy Slashy, Ashicus, Ashhole. He's got a lot of different nicknames. He's our little
depending on the day.
Yeah, he's our little kitty boy. He's on our shit list right now because he just peed on the floor today.
Yeah.
I honestly think it was a miss. He normally doesn't.
It 100% was an accident, but I just didn't like the fact that I had to clean it up.
Yeah. I would have done it for you, but I don't know what I was doing. Where was I today? Today's been a blur. We've had off today. Well, I had off today because it's Juneteenth. So my company gave us off.
I don't know what you were doing.
I don't remember.
I think you were in the bathroom.
I might have.
Or you were showering. I don't know.
I didn't shower yet today.
Oh no, then I'm making that up.
Oh, I was on a walk. That's what. I took Indy on a walk earlier.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Before it got like really, really hot out. It was like 80 degrees today. Yeah, so we have Ash, we have Indy, and we also have Luca. Luca was here before I got here. He's the bestest boy.
Truly.
The super sweet boy. He's a mutt, right? He's a mix. He's a mutt mix. He's but the sweetest boy you have ever meet. So, and together we are the power couple family. It's great.
Internet power couple family.
Yes.
It just extends.
Yeah, it just keeps
longer
going.
And longer.
Right, Indy? He agrees.
He doesn't like that my foot is touching his foot. I feel
yeah, and then I feel his front paw like slowly like kind of reach out to touch my foot, but I think it's because he's uncomfortable with you, and now he's looking around.
Yes. Oh, I feel the movement in the force.
He's down there. But anyway, yeah. So this is our podcast. Totally first episode ever. I will be making that joke the whole entire first episode.
I think you'll be making that forever.
Yeah, probably. It'll probably be my running bit. And if you don't know, wait, are those? No. It's just gone. When did you do that?
A long time ago.
I've been telling people about.
I don't know why. I did this
because
long ago.
It's like okay,
over 2.
So this is like total like this is a total reboot.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's why you said that earlier.
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was just like
we have conversations sometimes, and I think I'm the only one that's actually participating in the conversation sometimes.
Hold on. We have conversations. And I do listen, I do converse. I'm just idiot, and I just think one thing that isn't what the right thing is. So I heard what you said, but then I thought, oh, she's probably saying it as like a bit or to be fun. I didn't realize.
No, I was being legit.
Context-wise, like it's just okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So this is our new podcast.
Well, you brought it up enough. I'm going to give the context, one time only context.
Mm.
We have done this podcast before. We've done CarCast. Like we did a whole thing 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, we had a lot more.
Well, no, it was 5 years ago.
Yeah, we had a lot more free time, I would say, and we really wanted to do, and like we still want it. We've always wanted to do, you know, this.
I like podcasts.
Yeah, I do too, and I don't want to scrap the idea of CarCast.
I cannot add another thing to my.
Well, I would take care of the CarCast.
You heard it here.
For our audience, you can hold me to that, please, because I will. I'll take care of that.
because just the logistics of it, audio wise, are a nightmare to
Mhm.
me.
But we
I
have
don't want to have to
we
edit
have
it.
newer gear that
We
should
do,
make it better.
but also, I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
Well, anyway, yeah. So like Britt said, we once long ago we recorded it and we had a bunch of episodes and then we
Mhm.
just kind of just got busy.
We moved.
Yeah, across the country.
That's truly what I
Yeah.
think happened. We moved, and then we didn't have space or the
Hmm.
ability, mental
That's putting
capacity
it
to do
nicely.
it. Yes. And then we moved back,
Hmm.
and then we kind of were just figuring, like, getting ourselves settled back into the things that we were doing.
Hmm.
And then,
Few health crises and yeah,
yeah, plenty of health crises, mental health stuff,
dog.
work stuff, dog. Um, he's a mental crisis for me. Um, but I think I don't know, we've been talking about doing this again for months
Yeah,
now,
and it's been
but
like an on and off thing where we're like, hey, we should like set up a time to do the podcast. And like, yeah,
yeah,
we'll definitely do it. And then nothing. And then we just,
yeah. Well, we were like, let's plan for like Saturday. We would do it Saturday
mm,
mornings, but what happens is it's harder for us to like get up and do it.
right. Or like I'll get up and start doing something. And then by the time that you get up, it's already like you got something to do or you have like a meeting,
Yeah,
it's just like
yeah,
very much like we were like, yeah, let's do it this day. But then it's just like, oh, but then there's this, and this. So,
yeah. Because we have really the days we have free time at the same time are like Wednesday, Thursday, not even well, Wednesday, Thursdays, and
mhm.
Saturdays. Thursdays are taken up usually by D&D,
Which
so it's not like a schedule
I
thing
was
that
gonna
we.
say, going forward, if for some reason like we have D&D canceled during the week
Mhm.
and we were gonna record on we could always bump it to Thursday if something comes up. I'm just saying because
Yeah.
D&D, it's not like we just started playing D&D. We're only like what maybe 5 or 6 sessions in. I think
Oh no, we're more than
more
that.
than that.
Yeah,
Okay,
we started in I think January.
okay, maybe like 7 or 10.
Way more than that.
More than 10.
Well,
I think maybe 10 max. I think maybe we're up to
mm,
double digits now.
well, I don't know. Wait, because we're halfway through June, so that's 20 plus. I'm counting this week because we do actually have it this week.
Mm,
20 plus 2 is 22. Even half of that is 12,
mm.
right? No, 11.
Yeah,
11.
11.
So I think we've done more than half
Mm.
of the weeks.
Yeah. So I mean, but anyway, but yeah, like Britt said, like our free time is usually Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Yeah,
Because either you're doing like recording and stuff with your Minecraft crew. She does.
it's an SMP.
She's a mod and a part of her Minecraft SMP, the Alvarium. You should go check them out. Alvarium SMP.
You should, yes.
Yes.
They got a lot of
Yeah.
good
They just raised over
there.
$1,000 for
Gamers Outreach.
Gamers Outreach. So big shout out. That's awesome.
Yeah. Our original goal was 250. And then we just kept surpassing.
I think it's to know it was like
goals.
a community, like everybody who was a part of the SMP who were participating. So it was like all of you guys raised it. But I think that's crazy that you guys started at $250 as a
Yeah,
goal.
because we were so I suggested this idea before I was a
Mm.
mod. So it was like we had just finished. There's so much context I have to give. So for context, it's a 18 plus private SMP, and like every other season, we do lore
Mhm.
role play, like improv stuff. So season 4, which we just did, was zombie apocalypse. Very stressful, very
Very
depressing.
cool. It was
But
it
awesome.
was
It
cool
was-
with like the map that you guys had and
Yeah. It's the zombie world. Shoot, I used to know it. It's a very well known map for zombie apocalypse. A lot of big YouTubers have played on it.
okay.
Anyway, and so we finished, and now we're in season 5, and it's just like normal Minecraft SMP stuff. So before, like in between the seasons, we had like a 2-week break, and we were like, I was like, wouldn't it be cool for June if we did some sort of charity
Right.
thing? And then they were like super into it, and then we met up, me and a couple people, to figure out like what would it look like, what would we want. And originally we were talking it would be more for like less focused on like the financial side of it and more on like
Right.
awareness, because we also are trying to do things on this off intermission season, is what we're calling it, that are more brand awareness
Right.
than like anything else. Because I mean, it's just us playing Minecraft. Um, and then like a month or so goes by, and then we're like, okay, now we got to start planning for it. And then eventually we got to like we had I don't know, maybe like 6 different people streamed at certain points during
Yeah,
it, maybe
you had a decent
7.
amount of people like all like
Yeah,
rotating,
yeah,
like taking like spots or slots to like,
yeah,
coverage.
yeah. We wanted to do like a streamathon thing, but like there's no way we could like all of us
Yeah, well,
could
you
commit to
have people
that.
like all over the place,
Yes, we do.
so
Yeah.
that's
So
the difficult part of doing
we
that.
yeah, and like all of us are pretty much we're socially awkward people, all of us. So anything longer than a couple hours of streaming is
Mm.
overwhelming for all of us. And so we picked like 2 days that we had like a chunk of time that would be there were like 3 different people that would stream. And then, throughout the week we'd have people. And like within the first 2 days we hit our
Yeah.
goal. And we were running it for I think technically 8
And then you
days.
bumped it
Or
up,
no,
and then you hit that goal, and bumped it up, and
just
that
kept
goal, and then I think
kept
the
going.
second to last day, or the last
Yeah,
day,
so it was the night that we streamed
yeah,
together. Um
we were
and
playing some 1's2 Men. It's very
yes,
good
which I kind of want to stream
on release day.
on release day.
What's that?
'Cause
July
it
9th?
comes out
It's I think it's
I think so. It's a
is it
Tuesday.
Tuesday? Okay, then we'll stream it that
Yeah,
day.
and I just switched my Tuesday streams to
That's perfect
like
then.
2 to
If
5.
this comes out before then, you should definitely tune in to
I hope it does.
that stream and check out Story of My Life on twitch.tv and Chris X Chad on twitch.tv and also on YouTube because I multi-stream.
Okay.
Anyway, shameless plug.
Yeah.
Um,
What was I saying?
so you're streaming.
Oh, anyway,
Yep.
yeah. So the stream that we did together on that Friday got us to the $1,000.
I tried to help. I like had
Yeah.
like a little like widget thing that I added with like the link and everything, and we kept like tuning in to check and see, and thanks to just the generosity of both my community stories
Yeah.
and then the Alvarium peeps, we hit the goal of 1,000, which is
Yeah.
crazy. That's more than I've ever raised in one charity thing. So
Yeah, it's 4 times we hit 4 times our original goal because we were like originally we were like $100. I'm like, maybe let's push it a little bit because $100 could be
Yeah.
easily met. But if there's like a little bit of a challenge, which is 250,
Yeah.
because we're not big streamers, like we're all small streamers, and our communities are all of us are pretty much connected. Thankfully, I get the boost of your community. So, which reminds me, it was funny. I got that $100 donations from Dillers.
shout
And
out to
he-
Dillas.
Dillers is
Dillers
great.
is
And so
great.
we, he picked like 4 different like rewards, and I was like, okay, like, what do you? There was something that was customizable. I was like, tell me what you want. And he's like, I don't need anything. I'm like, well, I'm doing it anyway. So, it was fun.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
always I think 250 is always like a good starting goal to have because like
Mhm.
I've done now like 3 charity streams and I think all 3 of them my starting goal was 250. I just think it's a good one whether you're solo or whether you got like you're maybe working with like 1 or 2 other peeps. It's like a nice like pretty obtainable starting goal, and then you
Yeah.
can then always add like stretch goals after that. So
Yeah. And we had a good, I mean, and the thing is too, like, it was the first time that Alvarium had ever done anything like
Mhm.
that. So we definitely learned a lot.
oh yeah, and now
Um,
you can just kind of take that and next time you want to do a
Yeah,
charity stream,
yeah. And we also were good about like for the first couple days, like we had special like
Sorry.
those times only like rewards. Which bit me in the ass later on one of my streams, but like it was still funny. But yeah, it was a good time. All this is to say we got very sidetracked. That Wednesdays have become our day because I've been holding that and like with nails in to
link
remember
it
this
back,
conversation.
bring it back in.
Is to say we picked Wednesdays because we'll already have been up and doing things, and it's easier for us to just go into it than to like get up and do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So hopefully after I clock out, you clock out, we can just have a little bit of dinner, set up and everything, and then just record and get her done.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do every other Wednesday. So that way,
Yes.
if we need to get some stuff done on Wednesday, we got some time to do stuff.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
I need time to record and edit, and you need to work
Well,
on your, you know,
also just to
yeah,
relax
also to relax
is
too.
great. That thing that we're supposed to
Hmm.
do.
But congratulations again. It's super awesome that you guys hit
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Super proud of you guys.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm exhausted from it.
Yeah.
Like I went into therapy on Monday. And I was just like, my immediate thing, like, she's like, how are you doing? I'm like, I am exhausted. And I think she could tell immediately because I usually go in with like makeup on, and I was like, I'm not doing that today. That's
You
not
went in
happening.
with sweats. I remember.
I went in sweatpants
I remember
and no makeup.
she came in. She's like, "Okay, I'm going to therapy. Bye, I love you," and then gave me a kiss, and I was like, "Oh, she's wearing sweatpants."
I'm like, I want to be comfortable and relaxed
Mm.
today. Also because like I did my therapy homework the night before, and I was so like, it was like a pile of things that I was just like
I think it
exhausted
also speaks that
from.
you're just comfortable with your therapist, that you're willing to like go
Yeah,
there
yeah.
with like sweats and just like loungewear, so to speak. That just means you're comfortable with them.
I also have gone like I've gone into that office multiple times now. Same thing with like our primary doctor. I go to the office for a lot of different things because they do everything there, and so I'm kind of like,
They're great. I love our
yeah,
primaries. And it's so
yeah,
funny. You were like, "Oh, you should go to my primary," and then unfortunately, your primary wasn't in. But they're
yeah.
like, "Oh, well, we have another doctor," and I was like, "Okay, I'll go see her." And
Mhm.
I think she is like the perfect fit for me because
I agree.
I am very much the like, "Oh no, I'm panicking." Like I got a weird health thing going on right now. But I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's just like from growing up and being around this, but like worst possible scenario type thing. Like I'm not running around like saying I'm dying, but you know, um, my doctor now, like the one that I accidentally ended up seeing, she just like puts me in my place and it's just like, stop being silly.
That and she also like it's not like she shuts you down. She's kind of like,
She'll listen,
okay,
yeah.
like she'll listen and then she'll meet you in a way that, or at least explain it in a way to be to calm you down, but also be like,
Addressing it.
okay,
Yeah.
we'll address it. Let's try
Yeah.
this. And my doctor kind of is that way. She's a little bit less.
They're both.
Your doctor's very outgoing. Mine is
Yeah.
not as outgoing. But she is good at listening and like she's like, okay, we'll do this, this, and this. Um, so I don't know. We lucked
We
out.
did. We got really lucky, and they're both in network. It's great.
Mm-hmm. And what's nice is and this is just the health network that they're part of, that they, over the last like probably like 2-3 years, that they started like having offices that have multiple things. So they have like a lab core.
Yeah.
in them,
Oh, it's the best thing ever, guys.
which is
Oh my
amazing.
God.
Yeah.
To go into your doctor appointment saying, "Oh, hey, yeah, you need blood work," and then you don't have to set up a separate day to go sit at LabCorp or something and sit on
Yeah.
like an hour long like a wait time to do it. You can just be like, "Okay, I'm gonna go sit and wait for the person ahead of me," and then once they're done, you just go in and you get it done. And it's like
Yeah,
done right
yeah.
then there on the spot.
And like my gynecologist, they have LabCorp there now. And so it's nice that like that last time I went, I needed blood work done. So I just did my regular appointment, and then I had to wait a little bit because they had some tech issues, but that's not their fault. But then I didn't have to leave and come back. Like I just did it that day.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because I remember hating going to get blood work done because it was
Yeah.
always at LabCorp and
It's always a thing.
always busy, always packed.
Yeah, well, remember, I needed to get blood work done. This is before the doctor's office had the phlebotomist in house. It was like the time, like a month before they got him in, because I had to go to LabCorp, and I booked an appointment, and it was the first appointment of the day, so it was like 7:30 in the
I
morning,
remember this.
and it was packed, like fully packed, and it's a small office, probably the size of this room, just for the waiting room. Everyone was standing around, and thankfully, like because I had made an appointment, I wasn't a walk-in, I could just go in and do it. But it's because LabCorp is like them and Quest are like the big ones, and Quest is the same thing, too. So like I think it's smart for them to do that because they're already like usually going to be connected in network anyway.
Yeah.
So.
It's very nice having it all in house in one place and just like not having to worry about it or set it up because like that's always like always in the past, I'm always like, oh, like I'm gonna have to like just like make sure my phone's charged because I'm gonna be sitting there for like a good hour or two
Yeah.
waiting because it's
Yeah.
always like that, always, no matter the day. Like you think like, oh, I'm gonna go on a Wednesday. No one's gonna go on a Wednesday. Nope, everybody else went on a
Like
Wednesday.
it's just like the
Yeah,
DMV.
it's just like the DMV. Oh my god, we actually just had to go get our car inspected. It was
Yeah.
really fast. That I was impressed by.
Yeah.
Because like we were both just like, oh, it's probably gonna be a while, but we were in and out of there what like maybe 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it was fast.
The inspection part isn't the
No, the
problem. I think it's
DMV
more
is
the
the
ins. Yeah, which I have to deal with them next year.
Oh yeah.
Maybe because I don't know if they'll let me. Because I know last time I renewed my license was during pandemic, so I did it by mail.
You
Renewing the
usually you should
license.
be able to. I think the
Yeah.
only reason you would need to go in is if like your address changes or if you want a new picture. But I think you can also submit.
Really should do.
I should do a new picture because I'm bald now, and my
Yeah.
old picture is me with hair, and that's a
Yeah.
little untruthful.
Yeah. I know I need to. I gotta get my passport done again,
Yeah, I just did that.
but it costs me money.
It's a lot of money. Yeah, it's very very expensive.
Yes.
I actually
really
got
wanna do
my passport card, which is
Yeah.
really really nice. I recommend that if anybody has like the extra. I think it was like extra maybe $20 or $40 or something like that. Totally worth it because if you're traveling internally in the U.S. or if you're just going to Canada, you don't need to bring your whole passport. You can just bring this tiny little card, and it's fantastic. So
Yeah.
it's very convenient.
I have the paperwork on my desk, or I think still. It's the fact that like in my list of financial
It's very
priorities, it
low.
is not
That's
up
okay.
there.
I think we're
Yeah.
leaving the country anytime soon. So
I would love to,
me too.
but
We've talked about moving to Canada many many times. So.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but we're not talking like we're not looking to move
Yeah.
yet. First is wedding, and then we'll figure that part out. I don't know.
Which we finally finalized lists.
No, we
No,
didn't.
we didn't. I thought we did.
Nope. I don't have your mom's list.
Oh, that's true. We don't.
We need to like. I wanted to figure out
Yeah.
a weekend we could go, maybe for lunch or something, and then
Talk about it. Yeah.
I just need to get the list from her
Yeah.
so I can put it in with my other
I'll
list.
set something up with Mom X Chad and just see if we can.
Yeah, Mama Chad.
Mama Chad. Yeah, that's the new nickname for my mom.
Okay.
Mom
Love
X
it.
Chad or Mama Chad.
Sure, she'll love it. Yeah, because I need that number, and then I need to go through the list.
Right. Because that's what we're like. Obviously, like we don't have the money put together right now, but we would like to get an estimate so that way we know like okay, we need to save up X amount. Because my parents have said they would help us out a little bit. I think your mom said she would help us out a little bit. So like, then we just need to figure
Yeah.
out like, well, how much do we really need to save
Yeah,
up?
because everyone's like, "Oh, you're engaged. Like, do you have a date?" And it's like, no, because we have to do the list to get a head count.
We literally just I just had a conversation with my coworker, my
Yeah, me
co team
too.
lead, because he's also engaged. And I had that meeting, and that one person was like, so and so, when's your wedding? And he was like, I don't know, man. And then he looked at me on the video call, Chris, what about you? And I'm like, like we're still saving, we're still trying to figure it out.
We're millennials.
Yeah.
We don't have the money to. Yeah. And like if because I know like some people are fine just like having a really small wedding or like going to the city hall or whatever, but it's like I actually do want a wedding.
I do too. I mean, hear me out. Like, I wouldn't be against having like the courthouse like kind of wedding, but then later down the line when we're ready and we have the money, do like a proper wedding, like to like do it, and you know what I mean. But I would probably like just to have the wedding at first, But I wouldn't be against that second option. Just saying.
Yeah, because I think it's doable.
Yeah. Oh no, it's definitely doable.
So it's just a matter of like, the locations usually you have to book like years out. So we can do that. It's just right now we just need the names.
Right.
Because I have my I am very organized for everything except our bedroom, pretty much. It's a chaotic mess
Fine,
sometimes. But yeah, anyway.
It's more than a bedroom. It's also your office.
It is, yeah.
Give yourself that.
Yeah. So, but like I have like a Mila note with like a board of like different things, and like the list on there is like categorized. I have like all the names, if they're like my side or your side. Then I have like color coded for like there's certain people who are just like, yes, absolutely. there's like a maybe, and then there's like I have another category. I think I want to say it's like a soft pass or something like that. Like they could go either way. Like if we need to cut people, it's these
Right.
people. And I definitely need to have my mom go look at it because I think I got everyone, but I don't know. I have a lot of family members and I'm not sure.
We're just gonna do
And
a whole episode of the podcast at the wedding.
that's exhausting. I do, and that's another thing too. Like I was thinking, like, because I remember going to our friend Kim and Jamie's their wedding, and I liked their wedding because they didn't have wedding parties, but they had people who did specific things, like and did specific speeches, and then, but like they had only a photographer, and I remember, for their like ceremony, it was on the beach, and I think I was the only one who actually had videos from that wedding because I took videos.
Right.
I didn't take a lot because I also wanted to be like
Be
participate in the wedding.
Right, exactly.
So, but like they thanked me because they're like, we didn't have a videographer, so we have no video. And I'm like, I'm thinking ours, like I would want video.
Yeah, I would probably want a mix of like video and picture, even if it was like, you know, a video of like the ceremony and then maybe like someone just going around and just like videotaping like the wedding as like like the after party as it's happening.
Yeah,
And then maybe like,
like-
I don't know if people want to do like a hey Chris and Britt, you know.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
We could even, you know what we could do? We could even set up like a booth and
Yeah,
have
no,
it
that's what I'm
like a
thinking.
do-it-yourself kind of one. Like, hey, if you want to say something to like leave a video message for Chris and Britt, you can
Yeah.
do it here yourself.
Yeah. And like, I mean, we already know we're having that empanada place cater towards the end, like at the end when you leave because
The one
it's so
from
good.
Animax. Oh my
Yes, I have their
God.
business card still. Yeah, we went to Animax last year.
2 years.
Last year.
Was it 2 years ago?
No, it was last year because it's been a year since.
It has been a year. You're right. You're
Yes. And they had like a food court, but they had like local businesses come in and like do little booths. And there was this empanada
Ugh,
place
it
that was so good.
So good.
My biggest regret of that con was not getting the like dozen box.
I told you to, and you're like, nah.
I know, and then I just like I just forgot
Yeah.
to do it. But like they were so amazing.
Yeah, it was very.
I have
very
no
good.
idea if they cater, but like if I'm
I
gonna
hope they're
ask
still in
anyway.
business.
Me
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Those were great empanadas. Really, really good.
Yeah. The closest that we've gotten is that place in the mall,
Oh yeah, I forgot.
which is
It was
okay. It's not as good.
It was
It's not as
good, but not as good as those guys.
And they like the ones we got were like big.
yeah,
And then the ones at the mall are like
they're like
half, a little half.
tiny.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
empanadas are
wedding.
must.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on that topic.
I don't know. We just started talking about wedding.
Oh goodness,
I'm not
I'm glad
sure.
that we're doing this finally again. This is
Me too. Me too.
this is nice.
Yeah. I've had like cuz my work is like basically as needed work, so like I don't work, all 9 to 5 completely. I kind of work as the work comes in, and then like I'll like work at like sometimes like 5-10 minutes at a time. And so like I have a lot of free time during the day, and what I'll do is if I'm not like working on something else, I'll usually like go onto the Minecraft server and talk with usually Rhonda. And
Rhonda.
shout out to Rhonda, the Craft family. So Rhonda and I will like talk with each other because we're closer in age than I am with most of the other people in the group. I think I'm like I might be the only millennial in the group.
Oh.
I don't think there's anyone else who's a millennial. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so her and I were talking. There's like an ongoing joke that like we call it podcast time because her and I will talk, and then like other members will come in and just listen to us. So and then I remember being told by them, they're like, we would listen to any podcast that you did because you have a podcast voice.
Oh, cool.
And I'm like, you're not wrong.
No, you do.
'Cause
You have a
I've-
very
I've
like
done-
soothing voice.
Yes. Yeah. Like I remember I'm part of I do a lot for Alvarium. So I'm part of the ads team. I'm part of the lore team, which means lore creating for
She's
the
a
season.
jack of all trades. She does.
I do a lot of things.
lot.
I really do. But I love it. And then ads team wise, like I'm one of a few people to come up with ideas or record ads. We call it ads, but it's just videos for like social. So I did a like tutorial video, like a building, like a mini build. Um, and like I purposely was talking very like calmly, not like ASMR level because I can't do that, but like calm.
Yeah.
And people loved it. And they were like, "What mic do you use?" All this stuff, and I'm like,
You've had that mic for forever, by the way.
"I know."
She has the, and I got it for her a very long time ago, the Rode Pod mic, which is still to this day one of my favorite XLR microphones.
Yeah.
And so much that I have the newer one. I have the new Pod mic, which it just has a little bit more oomph, and it can do USB as well.
Mm. I want to look at my settings again. Although maybe I did that already. I don't know. I was a little
I
nervous
forgot
there
to
for a
tell
while with
you,
mine.
they put out an update that supposedly fixed. Did they fixed it?
They
Okay,
fixed
cool.
it, yeah. So for context, I have the Go XLR Mini.
Yep.
What is it called again? Mixer.
Yeah. Audio interface.
And so
Mixer,
and so we weren't sure what was going on with them company wise for a while.
That was because last July, it was actually a year from, almost a year. They had a big layoff and they let go their whole entire staff in Canada, and that whole entire staff were the ones in charge of updating software for the device. Which, if you don't know anything about the Go XLR, it's all software, baby. It's like the device you can manage and everything. But
I just realized something. You're not at all in the frame, and you're covered by the.
Well, this is why we have cross videos, because
Look at creative.
Yeah. You can just insert like a floating.
I just want to double check that.
So, so they let go of their staff. I got worried because if the software just dies, then the device is just a glorified paperweight. And I have the big boy Go XLR. So I got my first ever bonus, and I was like, you know what? I've had that thing for 5-6 years. I'm like, let me upgrade. So I went to the Rode, which I love, but it's missing some of the little things you can do on the Go XLR. And then sure enough, the company at TX Helicon comes back and they're like, oh yeah, we're here still. Yeah, here's an update. And I'm like, but you know what? Like now I can do stuff and have stuff that I wasn't able to have before. So I'm okay with it.
Did you sell your old one?
No, I still have it. It still works.
I might switch.
If you want to, yeah.
Because yours does have I have the Mini, so yours has a little bit extra settings.
Yeah, so mine has not only even extra settings, it's got a little bit more oomph, and you also have like the sound pad. You'll have like you can do funny voices and stuff with it and record stuff. And I also have that fancy like riser for it. So if you want to swap it out, like you can.
Maybe I'll think about it. Because I was just not touching it for a while, like my thing, because I didn't know what was going to happen. And then they released an update like last week or the week before, and they're like, yeah, you can like set now that it will like go to a specific profile,
I forgot to tell
which
you.
it already did before. So I'm not sure why they needed to add it. But then what was happening is when you turn on the computer, it would go straight to default,
right,
and not the one that you chose. You would have to open the thing and then close the program or minimize it, whatever. And then it would go to what you wanted.
They also did add submixes, which I think is crazy because they hadn't had that for the longest time.
I don't know if I have that.
Yeah, they have it now. I know that that's in like
I don't know. I set it and I did it because I don't.
I get you. Me, on the other hand, I'm playing around with settings constantly and everything. But also, they might be making a Go XLR too. They hinted at it when they were like, oh yeah, we fixed it, and by the way, we're working on the Go XLR too.
Well, they haven't come out with a new product in a while, so
yeah,
I don't know.
I kind of hate that I jumped the boat, but honestly, I like the Rode unless the Go XLR has really entices me, because I thought about this the other day. I was like, I might just give you this thing if the Go XLR 2 comes out. And well, you like this?
No, I don't.
You don't.
It scares me.
How? It's so nice.
There's so many things. I love technology almost as much as you, and I enjoy it.
Like technology.
But once I have things and I've got it and it works, I don't want to touch it again.
I get you on that.
Like I just, I don't want to. Speaking of, I was sitting here debating still about whether or not to step away from Adobe and do DaVinci. But I think but I'm not sure about like an After Effects equivalent or even a Photoshop equivalent.
DaVinci has After Effects built into it, essentially.
Okay.
I forgot what it's
Then
called.
it's just Photoshop that I'd have
Yeah,
to.
you can do color correction also in DaVinci, but that's not Photoshop. So you would
No,
still
no,
need
no, no.
Photoshop. There are alternatives to Photoshop, but I
I
mean, honestly,
know
after that whole AI art thing that you did with we have
you're
I'm wearing
wearing
it
it
right
right
now
now,
here.
literally. For those
So
audio
the
listeners, go to our
Yeah,
video.
go to the video. So this is an emote for my channel, and the person who made this emote, I forgot their name. I'll mention to editor story to insert their name here. They're great on Fiverr. They made this emote, but a part of him was Beardy was cut off. So story used it was AI in
It's the AI that they added into. It's generative fill
yeah. So
AI.
basically, it'll like detect like the image and then try to like finish it or like
Mhm.
I've seen some crazy stuff where some people put like
Yeah.
a cityscape and then
Yeah. It
it
can do amazing
extends it
things.
out to like what it would like and generate like the rest of the city. It's cool. It's very, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and it came out
Um.
so good. Like we were looking at the shirt last night because it just came in, and like
Mhm.
you can't really even tell like the part that's
No.
like generated.
I think I can tell, but because I know
Yeah.
it is there, but I don't think anyone
And you
else
also have
knew
that editor
that.
eye, like that photo editor
Yeah,
eye.
I
So,
do.
but yeah,
Yeah.
it's really, really it's amazing. I think AI that kind of stuff very useful. Otherwise, it can be pretty
Yeah.
problematic.
Yes.
It's not good for digital artists, but for something like this, super cool.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not stealing art to make art.
It
It's
just
we're extending.
extended,
It's a
enhanced.
AI
Yeah.
enhancing. So, who was I talking to? Oh, it was the terrible psychiatrist I was seeing recently. Anyway, but he was like, I told him doctors, they like to make conversation sometimes, and they're like, he's actually not a doctor, but I'm calling him a doctor
Does he
because it's the
deserve to be
easiest
called a
thing.
doctor?
He's not a doctor. Like his title is not
Oh,
doctor.
okay.
He doesn't have a PhD. He is APN, which is something assistant public nurse. No, something nurse. Anyway, he's a
Okay.
nurse. But anyway, or social worker is another word
Right.
that they go by. But anyway, so we were talking about like he asked me what I did for jobs, and I told him, and then he's like, you could just use Chat GPT, like AI, for that, and I was like. I was in my mode of like that I get in when I'm near men that make me uncomfortable, where I'm just like, and so I was like, oh well, I do, because the truth is like there are certain times for work, and a lot of because I've been applying for jobs or like I've worked projects like with other companies
Mm.
before, and they actually have AI policies now. Some people are like you can't use it. Some people are like you can use it as long as you're not
Copy pasting.
No, as well, yes, but also you don't like be specific about like what the thing is
Right. Okay.
that you're working on. Because if there's a term for it. So if it's like copywritten stuff or stuff that's like private
Like
to the
sensitive
company,
yeah.
then you can't put it in because then it becomes part of
Yeah.
the AI brain essentially. And so, but like for my job now, I use it if like because I'm working in insurance, and there are times that there's
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm like I have no idea what's being
I
said
think
here.
that's the thing that people don't realize. Whatever you put into it then becomes like it's like a hive
Yes.
mind almost. Like
Yes.
whatever you put into it, it's in there now. So
Yeah.
then anybody who like looks up like, hey, what are the numbers for XYZ company? And if you had accidentally put it in to like try and like have chat, it's people don't think, but that's how it
Yeah.
works.
They've gotten so I use a lot of Chat GPT, and
Oh, sorry, that was me.
pushing
My bad.
this. And do you want to move
No,
this?
I'm
so
good.
it's,
I'm
like,
good. I
even
know.
with
I just
you?
have my legs crossed, so I was
There you go.
resting.
So a lot of it's starting to add in like sources for some things sometimes,
Ooh.
which is nice. Most of what I end up using it for is stuff that is like already on the website for the company. I'm just like I need it explained to me
Yeah.
in a way because I am not an insurance agent. Like, and it isn't that huge detrimental to like my job if I don't know certain things, because a lot of the stuff I do goes through proofreading, and then it goes to like certain like sometimes it's internal review, but it's like legal review. Like there's a thing like a white paper I was working on. It's currently in legal review, and now they're like, oh, there's stuff that needs to change, and the project manager's like, don't worry, it's like not something that you would know. It's just like stuff that's in the weeds.
Right.
And so I use it for that. I use it for a lot of like the like I've been using it for Alvarium a lot too. Like for the lore stuff. Like the other day we were trying to come up with some kind of like because we're doing I can't tell you actually. I'm not allowed to talk about it. I just realized I was about to spoil
Okay.
something. You know, but the internet cannot
Oh,
know.
okay.
But I was trying to come up with a thing for an event. And so we were doing research into like different cultural, like how they celebrate certain
Right.
things to come up with an idea or like even my character for next
Hmm.
season. I
Yeah,
was like,
I've used it for my 9 to 5 because I do a lot of emailing, so I have used it to like, "Hey, Chat GPT, come up with an email outline for blah, 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 blah," and I won't be, like, specific because like, same thing, like, company like, sensitive information.
mhm.
I'll just be like, "Come up with an email that in this situation," and I'll usually get something and use that then as, like, the framework, and then, like, I call it like wordsmith it with like my own little flair and everything, so it doesn't sound like ChatGPT just came up.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you read some
You
stuff,
can
you can
tell sometimes.
tell when like it's like okay, an AI wrote this.
Yeah.
And I've actually used it for some of my streams. Where if I'm like really like oh I don't know what to name the title of this stream. I'll
Mhm.
just go on there and be like, hey, what do I call my stream if I'm doing this, this, and this and playing this game? And I'll just have it generate a few different like titles.
Well, you know what you should use for
Mm.
that? Gemini. It's Google's AI.
Oh.
Although I think they're changing. There's something that they're changing to it.
There's so many now.
There's Access. I think they're changing, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean, because I know
I
so
use
Opera
Gemini.
has their own, which I
Oh,
think piggybacks off ChatGPT. I'm not sure, but
probably.
I like the UI for it. It's very neat. I forget what it's called.
I gotta switch over to
I love
Opera.
Opera. We're not sponsored by Opera, but Opera, if you ever want to hit us up, first of all, they're great. Uh, you don't even need to sponsor me for this, but I love the Opera web browser. I think my one complaint, and it's not because of Opera, it's because of Twitch. Some features on Twitch don't work on Opera, like the stream together function, and I have to then open up Mozilla to use it. But that's not your fault, Opera. You're great. That's Twitch's fault. But yeah, they're great. I use Opera GX, and it's probably the best browser like ever. Like it's easy to use, it's fun. You can customize it.
My thing is like the memory
Well, the
usage.
cool thing with Opera, again, not sponsored, there's a memory limiter on Opera. You can go in and set it, hey, I don't want you to use more than this amount of memory, and then it will then auto adjust your tabs so that way it like the pages still run, but it's not eating up your memory because Chrome is a freaking memory hog. It's
It
so
is, yeah.
you remember that I used to have such bad memory leaks with my Google Chrome that my computer
Hmm.
used to hard lock. So that's why I switched over to Opera, and then I finally switched over to Opera GX, and I'll never go back. I'll never go back to Chrome. The only place I
Yeah.
use Chrome is on my phone. That's it.
Yeah, like my reasoning for sticking with Chrome was that I was using it for like my passwords and stuff, but then I actually got serious about my password safety.
Mm.
So now I use something else like that is actually secure and is not connected
It
to
isn't Chrome, yeah.
isn't Chrome, isn't like a public
Yeah.
browser, so I could install it
Yeah.
anywhere. So I just have to I actually did delete some profiles that I had on there today that like I just was like keeping for the sake of keeping it, not because I'm using
Yeah.
them. Um what were we talking about before that? Oh, AI.
AI,
We were
yeah.
talking about AI.
Oh yeah, there's so many AI. So Google, I had no idea Google had their own. There's
I use them. I use Gemini because if I'm doing stuff for YouTube or like social,
that makes
because it tends
sense
to
because it's already
tends
linked
to
in
be
with
more.
the algorithm and everything.
Mhm,
So I'll have to
mhm.
check that out then. I know Microsoft has their own Copilot, which I haven't tried
Yes,
yet, but
yes. They keep pushing it when I'm on Word,
I
and I'm
know
like,
some people hated the idea that like a lot of people either jumped ship and went over to Mac OS or they're like going over to Linux because
eh.
supposedly there was some sort of like and audience, you let us know if this is just what I heard and I haven't looked into. But supposedly it would like share your information and like it could I there was a feature of it called Snapshot where
Uh-huh.
it would automatically go in and take screenshots of things you
Oh,
were doing,
yeah.
and people were worried because it's like, well, if this gets
Some of that's
compromised, people
yeah,
will just have screenshots of you browsing your bank account
yeah.
because it would automatically take screenshots.
Not to mention like if you work with confidential information,
Yeah. Oh my
that's a
goodness. Yeah.
problem.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I think they're removing that feature because they were like, oh yeah, you're right. I mean, it was a cool feature.
Oh, you caught
Yeah.
us. It's because they got caught. That's
Yeah.
why.
I mean, I honestly, like, it could be useful because it's like, oh, well, I had an error at like this point, and it's like, okay, well, Copilot took a screenshot at this point. Let's bring up screenshots and see what were you doing at this
Yeah.
time, you know? But at the same exact time, it's silly. It's really silly. There's so many of them nowadays.
There is. There is. Yeah, I haven't activated that Copilot yet because truthfully, I don't need it because I'm already using
I
Chat
keep
GPT.
accidentally, it's like Windows and I forget what button, but I accidentally keep activating it or not activating it, but like making it
Oh,
pop
you're
up.
on 11.
Yeah, which that's another thing. I just upgraded to Windows 11 because I was having issues with 10, and the only way to fix it was to update to 11, and I'm liking it, but I miss 10. I really miss it.
I'm probably within the next couple weeks going to switch to 11. I told myself I wanted to do it before the next season
Yeah.
of Alvarium. So I need to.
I will say this: it was
that.
probably the smoothest update I have
Yeah.
ever done. Like I think, because I loved Windows 7. I skipped on Windows 8. I went to Windows 10 at like it was like the tail end of where you could jump onto Windows 10 from like 7.
What was before 7?
Vista, I think. Yeah, I was on Vista for a while because I was
Me
just like
too,
I was
yeah.
just like clutching on. Even though I hated it, I was like, "Ugh, I don't like the idea.
Well, I was, and then I got a new laptop, which then went
Yeah.
to 7 very quickly into 8.
Yeah, I hated
And
8.
then
8 was just. Ugh.
I didn't mind it. But then once I got to 10, I was like, I'm here.
Yeah, 10 is by far the best, and I think 10's supported for the rest of this year and some of 2025, and then that's it. I think
know.
2025 it will be the
I don't know.
last year that 10 will get support, and then you're like kind of forced if you want to update for free. That's the other thing. Like there's a date I don't remember what that if you don't do it, then you'll have to go buy a Windows 11 key. But
yeah, I need to switch over. It's just I'm nervous about my files.
yeah, well, nicely. So they do this because I did a lot of research beforehand. So when you're about to update, it then will like compile like a little folder that you can revert back to Windows 10 if you really don't like 11. But
I mean, I've used 11 before,
Yeah,
so I like
yeah.
it. I just
But I was worried
it's the
I was worried
files.
about that too. So I have like an external hard drive, and I just put out like anything that was like really important to that drive. Like I do it regularly.
Yeah, I
so,
need to do that.
yeah.
Because it's like truthfully, most of my stuff is not on my hard drive anymore. It's on other things. It's just like my resume, my tax docs.
Yeah.
Like certain things that are like pretty important. I was looking at my downloads folder today, by the way. Because I was looking for something for work that I had downloaded, and I was scrolling because I couldn't remember what it was made, like what named. And I found so many things that I thought I had gotten rid of, but I guess I just like haven't.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh,
Have you ever cleaned out your? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
100%,
okay.
yeah. And I've definitely cleaned up my downloads folder before, but I haven't done it in a while. That was my first.
Okay. Hi.
But I haven't cleaned it in a while. But there are certain things that when I go in and clean it, I'll keep it and be like, I need this,
Right.
but I don't want to make a whole folder for it.
Right.
But yeah, I gotta go through it.
I got you.
I also need to go through our old designs and like I might get rid of like the Photoshop files at least.
Yeah. No, that's
And keep
understandable.
the things because I have a lot of old designs
Yeah.
for merch. I save everything.
Absolutely. No, I get that. Yeah, I just did a cleaning on some like older files and like also Discord. That was a big thing because it was in like 80
Mhm.
bajillion Discords, and a friend of ours just went through that and everything. It's very much spring cleaning, but now it's summer. But I don't know.
Yeah. I just speaking of cleaning, so I get this email subscription from the kitchen, who I think are owned by like something that's like some store that like I've bought from at some point. I don't know. But for whatever reason, I'm kind of like, I haven't quite committed to like unsubscribing yet because every once in a while they'll get me. And so the one I got today was like about organization. It was a 90-90 rule. And I was like, what is that? I need to know. So what it is it's it was created by these two people who I don't know their names, but they like their thing is minimalism.
Okay.
And
I
so
can respect that.
yeah. And so what it is you look at stuff if you're trying to organize, figure out if you need something like to keep something or not. You ask yourself, have I used it in the last 90 days? And if I haven't, will I use it in the next 90 days?
Oh, okay.
And if you really are not, then get rid of it.
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
Yeah. which is something that like I've always thought about, but it never was 90 days. It was always like, I don't
It
know.
was like in that moment, am I using this, like whether it's a shirt or a thing, am I using this right
Hmm.
now? Am I going to be using it in the immediate future? Like, within the next few
Yeah.
days? No, then I should
Yeah.
probably get rid of it.
And like the example that the person who wrote the article that they used was like some like like appliance, like mini
Yeah.
appliance. And they were like, I haven't used it last 90 days. Am I logically gonna realistically use it in the next 90 days? Probably not, because all the stuff and pieces of it are just all over the
Right.
place. And yeah, so yeah, it was interesting.
Oh, I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
90 and 90, that's a good deal. Yeah. I just went through a cleaning phase, and also a reorganization phase. I don't know if you can see, but just got a new cubicle thingy. She was very happy about that because the thing that I had before that was not the best one. It was like one of those like
It was affordable.
yeah, it was like, hey, I want to get shelving, but I need it, and I have a budget.
Yeah.
It was metal pipes with plastic frames, and then like the bins were made out of like this like fabric.
It wasn't fully plastic.
Yeah.
It was like a plasticky fabric.
Plastic, yeah.
I forget what it would be called,
Yeah.
but
This one's like wooden frame, and then the bins are smaller, but it's very nice.
Yeah.
And then I also on a budget had a shelf for like display, and it was like the cheap Amazon one with like the plastic poles and like the what's it called, the composite board or whatever it is, like shelving.
Mhm.
And then we found this one at, was this Home Depot or Lowe's?
Yeah.
Home Depot.
Or one of them.
One
I
of
don't
them.
remember
Yeah,
which one.
yeah, same difference, but it was like the same height but longer. So it was like, oh, cool, I
Mhm.
can put more stuff on here for display.
Yeah. And it's sturdier.
It's metal and wood
Yeah.
compared to
Well, fake wood. I mean, they're both fake wood, but
fake wood, but like it's better quality
Sturdier.
than the Amazon fake wood.
particle board. That's what we were
Yeah, that's
thinking.
what-
Yeah.
But I love it, and now it looks so much neater. We also got these like cool sconces in here. So.
They are very cool.
Yeah.
Like if we get our own place, I'm gonna want
Yeah,
those.
I think it was Prime Day. I think it was Prime Day, and
Or the makeup Prime Day.
yeah. The makeup Prime Day. Yeah, I follow this one guy on YouTube, and he always does like cool tech and gadgets under X amount of dollars. And these are the Goovy lights. And I was like, because I
Is it Goovy or is it Govy?
Goovy. You guys let us know if it's which one. I say Goovy. But yeah, I think I paid, what was it, like $60, something like that. They were normally over 100.
Maybe a little. Yeah, it was a decent
Yeah, it
price.
was real. It was like a really good sale, and because I see so many like streamers with like the purple or colored walls and stuff, so and that's how they do it. They usually have like lights shining up on the wall behind them, and I just like the way that it came out. It's cool. It's definitely unique. I would get a whole nother pair and then like have them like in between to make even more light.
that's
No,
too much. Too much.
They're bright though too. Like you turn the lights off in here and just have those on. It's just like the wall is like completely illuminated with like color lights. So, and these are our colors, purple and orange.
I love how it kind of still looks like blue
Yeah,
and
it's hard.
orange.
Well, especially on the main camera. I don't know how it looks on the phones, but we'll see. The phones probably are doing a better job.
Probably.
My camera's like adjusted for
Ooh.
my normal lighting in here, so.
Sorry, Jeremy. I don't know what else.
I don't know. You guys let us know if you guys have anything that you want us to, I mean, because we're here to talk about nerdy stuff and things, talk about our lives, things that we're interested in. But both of us are pretty receptive to feedback and requests. So I think with where this is going to be on all the places, right?
I don't know.
Haven't decided yet, but if it is the places where video is allowed, like I know Spotify does video now.
Yes, but I don't know if that's like free access.
We'll see about that.
I literally just set up the Spotify thing today.
Cool, yeah. Because back, since you guys know our terrible dark past, Spotify didn't own Anchor at that time. We used to use Anchor, and Anchor would just like be like, okay, you upload it to here, and then we'll put it out in all the places. Now Spotify owns them.
Yeah,
it's called Spotify for podcasters.
Now.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah, it used to be like Spotify for podcasters, Anchor, and then they officially rebranded to
got rid of the word Anchor.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the days.
So.
But Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys have any requests or anything, depending on where this goes up and everything and how it goes out and everything. You can always hit us up on our socials. I'm
Hmm.
pretty active on Twitter. Well, I would say probably Instagram. Well,
Nope, I wouldn't say any of them.
I don't know.
But okay, since we're going to that, I have the list
Okay.
here. I was just gonna make it very simple instead of
Sure. Yeah.
complicated.
You know what? Retcon. Yeah. Tell us, babe. How? Please.
So yes, so let's, I guess, end it here. Right? Yes, we're done. Okay.
I'm shaking my head. I have
Okay.
to say that out loud because you may not see this.
No. So so first of all, thank you for listening to our craziness here at the That Nerdy Couple podcast.
Always
So
nerdy.
you can follow okay. You can follow us and find us online at Chris X Chad, Story of My Life, various social platforms, Twitch, YouTube. We're there. You can listen, follow us anywhere that you listen to podcasts, pending whatever the hell we decide to do.
Mhm.
And then if you just want to send us any messages or ideas or anything like that, you could obviously send it to us, DM us on social. If you know us personally, you know where to find us. Or we do have an email, that nerdycouplepodcast at
Forgot about
gmail.com.
this.
Yep. We have an email.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, like between us, our last dark past and now, every once in a while we'll get messages like emails or like messages on usually Instagram of people being like those companies that want to like quote unquote promote your content,
It's
or
like, hello, sir or madam. We love your content. Question mark.
some of them are legit. Some of them you can tell they're actual people.
I always.
But I'm
know
like,
about ones.
if you are actual people, then you would know that we haven't posted anything in like at least 2 or 3
I
years.
love the ones where they say like, I just watched your content, very good, and I want to just be like, yeah, what did I do in my content?
Yeah. I don't know if it's just that maybe it's because I have better SEO or something
I
than
get
you do.
the,
But you get the bot ones mostly,
all
and
the time.
I don't.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
So annoying.
Yeah. That's a whole topic. Don't send me down that road. Speaking of, I need to do a PowerPoint presentation on
Stuff.
digital marketing. Yeah. But anyway, we should end this before we rant again.
We should. Because we could be here all night talking.
Literally.
And I wouldn't mind a single bit.
No. So, this is the part where we say, and don't forget to stay nerdy.
You said at the same exact time.
Yep, planned.
Mhm. Oh,
No direct eye contact was
Nope.
made. We just
No,
did it
yeah, unless
on
you were looking
instinct.
at video, you wouldn't know.
You don't even
wouldn't
know.
even know.
Yeah. How would you know? They're not going to
I'm
know.
gonna know. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Done.
Finito.
Ugh.